Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and unlock the insights you need.
That's right.
So, if you tried Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's hard mode, especially that Rulers of the Outer Worlds Gauntlet,
Yeah.
the big boss rush ending with Sephiroth.
Oh, yeah. It's tough. Like, really tough. Feels like hitting a brick wall sometimes.
Exactly. But what if there was a way to not just beat it, but to kind of bypass the main challenges? Like, make mana and ATB almost a non-issue.
Well, that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at a guide that got a lot of requests, apparently, and it promises just that, a super consistent dominating strategy.
Right, so the mission is to break down the builds, the actual steps you take in combat, to make this supposedly impossible challenge
Well,
manageable.
pretty much, yeah. To conquer the toughest stuff without, tearing your hair out.
And the team for this, maybe not who everyone expects. Cloud, Aerith, and Yuffie.
That's the core trio. The source we're looking at flat out says they're the easiest team to just fundamentally break the entire game with.
Break the game. Strong words. Okay, let's get into it. How do these three actually pull it off? Let's start with Cloud, Pillar 1.
Okay, Cloud. In this setup, he's basically a magic cannon, relentless. Weapon-wise, Rune Blade is the pick.
Rune Blade, got it. Standard magic choice.
Yeah, but the armor, that's interesting. The Cetran Armlet.
Cetran Armlet, I know that one. Isn't that one of the really rare ones?
Exactly. It's one of only 2 armlets in the whole game with 8 materia slots.
Oh.
8. That's huge for flexibility.
8 slots on Cloud.
Wow.
Okay, that opens up a lot. What about his accessory?
He's using the Chocobo King Cape. And this isn't just for looks, it's critical. It means Cloud starts every fight with 1 full ATB bar.
Every single fight. Okay, that's a massive head start right from the get-go.
Huge advantage. Now, onto the materia, the core of his power. For damage, full power magic materia gives 10% more damage when MP is full.
And with this build, you're saying his MP is usually full.
Almost always, yeah. We'll get to why. Then just magic attack power plus 20. Pretty standard. But here's where it gets wild. The synergy between attack and magic attack materia.
Synergy? How does that work?
It's kind of weird. It's not just adding the stats. Apparently, there's this property where his physical attack stat actually contributes to his magic attack stat, too.
Wait, seriously, so stacking physical attack makes his spells stronger?
Basically, yeah. He gets to, double dip on stats. It's how you push his magic attack crazy high. The source mentioned 476 without actually sacrificing spell power focus. It's unusual.
That sounds like a brilliant exploit, finding those hidden mechanics. Okay, so high magic attack. How does he cover different enemies? Elements?
Right, elemental coverage. He uses magnified materia linked with lightning and wind.
Magnified. So area of effect, Thundaga and Aroga.
Exactly. Crucial for hitting multiple targets or, hitting big ones like Titan, who's weak to wind.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you mentioned keeping his MP full on hard mode.
Yeah.
That's usually the biggest constraint. How?
MP absorb materia, linked directly with lightning.
So every time he casts Thundaga.
He gets MP back. It essentially makes mana a non-issue, even in those long, drawn-out hard mode fights.
Honestly, sounds like a cheat code for hard mode. No MP problems.
Okay.
Okay. What else is he packing? Defense? ATB gain?
Let's see. ATB stagger helps build the gauge when you stagger something. Odin materia for stats, but defensively, this is clever. Elemental materia linked with fire in his armor slot.
Elemental fire in the armor, so he absorbs fire.
Better he heals from fire damage, which is absolutely massive against Phoenix and all its fire attacks.
Okay, that neutralizes a huge threat. So Cloud's job is basically stand in Aerith's ward, spam Thundaga, get MP back, and heal from fire.
That's the core loop for him, yeah. A relentless magic turret.
All right, turret's established. Let's talk Aerith, the Omnicaster support and damage limit breaker. That sounds dramatic.
It kind of is. So, weapon. Klimo Rod. Her best for magic attack.
Klimo Rod, check.
The Cetran Bracer. That's the other 8-slot armlet. So both Cloud and Aerith have maximum materia capacity.
Wow, okay. Maximum customization potential there.
But the accessory is huge.
Yeah.
Genji gloves.
Genji gloves. Okay, I know those are a big deal in hard mode. Why?
They break the 99,999 damage limit. Shatter it completely.
Break the damage cap. I thought that was basically impossible.
Well, these gloves let you do it. Aerith, with this setup, can consistently hit for 20,000, 30,000, sometimes way more, regularly, even when enemies aren't staggered or weak.
Just casually breaking the damage limit. That must feel insane as a player. It changes the whole dynamic.
It really does. Beyond just raw damage, though, her skills are key. Ward shift mastery, enduring ward. They make her ATB ward and arcane ward faster to cast and last longer. Super important.
Enhancing her core support tools. Makes sense.
She also runs Swift Cast, paired with Fire and Ice materia.
Swift cast for faster casting. Why fire and ice specifically?
Yeah, super quick spell delivery. Blizzaga especially is great for hitting mobile enemies, like Phoenix again, before they zip away. And Fire is just good damage.
And like Cloud, she's got the elemental fire link in her armor too, for Phoenix.
Absolutely essential. Phoenix just spams Fire, so having both Cloud and Aerith heal from it is, well, it makes that fight way less stressful.
Okay, healing from fire, fast spells, damage cap breaking. What about this materia you mentioned that fixes her positioning? That always felt like a hassle with Aerith.
Yes. The auto-unique ability materia. The source calls this one a godsend, basically.
Auto-unique ability, what does it do?
It solves that exact problem. You know how sometimes Aerith casts a spell and then drifts towards danger?
Yes, all the time.
With this materia, after she casts any spell, she automatically teleports right back to her placed arcane ward.
No way. Automatically.
Automatically. Keeps her safe in her ward, keeps her maximizing damage from within it. It just smooths out her gameplay so much. Takes a huge micromanagement burden off you.
That sounds indispensable. Seriously. Okay, and MP absorbed for her too.
Yep, MP Absorb linked with Fire, keeps her mana topped off just like Cloud.
Okay, Aerith is a powerhouse. Safe, self-sustaining, breaks the damage limit. Wow. Now, the third piece. Yuffie. The unstoppable ATB engine. She sounds critical.
She might be the most important part, honestly. The engine that drives the whole thing. Weapon is the Crescent Sickle. Armor, the Hades Armlet, 7 slots, still pretty good.
7 slots, decent, and accessory. You mentioned something better than Speed Demon Keychain.
Way better. Hermes shoes. You get them from the Titan Chocobo race.
Hermes shoes. What makes them so good?
They grant haste right at the start of the battle. Every battle.
Haste from second one. That's a massive ATB advantage immediately.
Exactly. It feeds into her whole role. Now, how she generates so much ATB, several things work together. Precision Defense ATB gives her gauge on perfect blocks, useful in a pinch.
Okay, defensive option for ATB.
Opening ATB boost gives her a little head start. Then, crucially, ATB charge rate up. This means her basic attacks fill the gauge faster.
Faster ATB from basic attacks.
And Shuriken Mastery. This keeps her throwing stars stuck on the enemy longer, so she can just keep tapping attack, hitting the enemy with the star from range, and building ATB constantly.
Just keep attacking with the shuriken out, and the ATB just flows in nonstop.
Pretty much, yeah. It's incredibly effective. She just becomes this constant source of ATB.
That sounds fundamentally broken in a good way.
Yeah.
What else? ATB boost? Faith.
Yep. ATB boost materia is there for emergencies. Double your current ATB instantly if you need a big burst. First strike materia gives her 1 bar right away, combined with the haste. She's flying.
Gets her going even faster.
And she carries magnified materia linked with empowerment.
Empowerment. That's the faith spell, right?
Correct. And the source describes Faith here as exceptionally powerful. It gives a massive team-wide boost to magic damage, so Cloud and Aerith hit even harder.
Wow, okay. A team-wide magic buff on top of everything else. Now, you mentioned clarifying ATB assist materia. People misunderstand it.
Yeah, quick point on that. ATB assist materia on Yuffie, it only gives ATB to others when she dodges an actual incoming attack with Brumal form.
Ah, so you can't just spam the dodge animation in empty space to trigger it.
Nope. They thought of that one. You have to actually evade something. So Yuffie's main job, be the ATB battery, use dodges effectively, keep that shuriken hitting, and use Faith to boost the team's magic when you have an opening.
Got it. ATB, battery, and buffer. Okay, we have the builds, the gear, the materia. The individual pieces are clear. Now, how does it all come together in a fight? The actual combat flow, the rotation.
Right, the initial setup is key. You start the fight controlling Yuffie.
Okay, start as Yuffie.
As soon as Aerith looks relatively safe, like not about to get smacked immediately, you have Aerith cast ATB ward right onto Yuffie.
Give the ATB engine its fuel. Makes sense.
Exactly. Then Yuffie just starts spamming Brumal form dodge. You probably want that on a shortcut button. She just dodges and dodges, and the ATB pours in thanks to the ward and her passives.
Just spamming dodge to build ATB like crazy.
Okay.
Then what?
You wait until Cloud has 2 full ATB bars and Aerith has at least 1.
2 for Cloud, 1 for Aerith. Got it.
Then Cloud casts his big magnified spell, let's say Thundaga.
Unleashes the magic cannon.
And
Aerith. You said her timing is crucial here.
Absolutely critical. At the exact same time Cloud starts casting, Aerith casts Arcane Ward, targeting Cloud.
So the ward lands on him while he's casting.
Precisely. The timing works out so the ward appears just as his spell goes off, allowing him to instantly cast